Most people believe that high-achieving students are just different, smarter, more disciplined, more motivated. But that belief is exactly what keeps most people stuck, because the truth is uncomfortable and powerful. Let me introduce you to two students, and while you listen, I want you to quietly decide which one feels more like you. Student A studies for about 30 to 40 minutes a day. They sleep 8 hours, they have friends, they're not constantly stressed, and yet they consistently rank in the top 5% of their class. Now student B, they study 4 hours every single day, they sacrifice sleep, they cancel plans, they're always behind, always tired, and despite all that effort, they struggle to maintain a B average. So what's the difference? It's not intelligence, it's not discipline, it's not luck, it's how they study out more, not how long. Before we go any further, pause for a moment. Be honest with yourself. On a scale from 1 to 10, how effective is your current study method? Don't overthink it. Just feel it. Got your number? Good. Keep it in mind. We'll come back to it. Now let me take you back to the night everything changed for me. It was 3 a.m. My dorm room was quiet, but my mind was loud. Empty coffee cups everywhere. Notebooks scattered across my desk. Highlighters, sticky notes, color-coded chaos. I had been studying for 12 hours straight for a psychology exam, and I was doing everything I was told was right. Highlighting key points, rereading chapters, writing beautiful, perfectly organized notes. From the outside, I looked incredibly productive, but deep down, something felt wrong. No matter how long I studied, the information wouldn't stay. It slipped through my mind like sand through my fingers. That exam, I failed it. And as painful as that moment was, it forced me to face a hard truth. I didn't know how to study. What I had fallen into is something almost everyone experiences. It's called the productivity illusion. We confuse activity with progress. We highlight entire textbooks until they look like abstract art. We reread the same paragraph 10 times, hoping it magically clicks. We write pages of notes we never look at again. Be honest, you've done this. You know you're trapped when you spend more time choosing the perfect highlighter color than actually understanding the idea, or when you create the perfect study playlist and barely study. Here's the truth schools rarely teach. Studying is not about time, it's about strategy. Another dangerous belief keeps people stuck. The idea that more input means more learning. More pages, more videos, more hours. Teachers reinforce this when they say, study for 3 hours or review the entire chapter. But your brain isn't a sponge, it's a muscle. And muscles don't grow from endless strain. They grow from the right stimulus, followed by recovery. Here's the formula that completely changed my approach. Real learning equals amount of information times retention rate. Think about that. If you study for 5 hours but only retain 10%, you didn't really study for 5 hours. You studied for 30 effective minutes. Now compare that to 1 focused hour with a 50% retention rate. Same outcome. 4 hours saved. And here's where it gets interesting. If you switch to active learning, the results show up fast. Research in cognitive science shows that active recall improves retention by 30 to 50% within the first week. Students who test themselves instead of rereading see measurable improvement in 2 to 3 weeks. After 1 month, study time drops by up to 40%. By 6 to 8 weeks, most students report higher grades, lower stress, and more free time. That's not motivation, that's how memory works. Here's what the timeline actually looks like. Week 1, studying feels harder, because your brain is working, less highlighting, more thinking. Retention already increases, even if it feels uncomfortable. Week 2, you start recalling answers faster. You feel calmer during quizzes. Patterns begin to form. Week 3 to 4. This is the turning point. You stop cramming. Your study sessions get shorter, but sharper. Grades start moving up. Week 6 and beyond. This becomes automatic. You trust your system. You walk into exams calm, focused, and prepared. Most people never go back after this stage. So what actually caused the change? Active learning. When I stopped passively rereading and started testing myself, explaining concepts out loud, and applying ideas instead of copying them. My retention jumped from around 10% to nearly 70%. Passive studying is like pouring water into a bucket with holes. You can pour all night, it'll never fill. Active learning patches the holes. And once the holes are gone, everything changes. My study time was cut in half. My stress dropped. And my grades went from B's and C's to straight A's. Here's the exact system. No fluff. No motivation talk. Do this. Study in short, focused sessions. 30 to 60 minutes max. Test yourself. Before reviewing, pull answers from memory, not the page. Identify weak spots and focus only on them. Use active tools. Practice questions, flashcards, teaching out loud. Connect ideas. Your brain remembers meaning, not isolated facts. Do a short review before sleep. Your brain consolidates information overnight. That's it. Simple, but powerful. Now go back to the number you gave your study method earlier. Does it still deserve that score? If not, that's a good sign. It means you're not lazy. You're not incapable. You were just using a system that worked against your brain. If you want better results, stop studying longer. Study smarter. I'll see you in the next video.